Hi guys, we're Josh and Jeremy, the Wonder Twins, instructors at Rising Phoenix Martial Arts. If you want to get more information about us, you can go to dojo2u.com. And we just want to say hello to all our students. We hope everything's going well at this time.
So we just wanted to talk to you guys today about the importance of practicing your karate. You know, throughout history, various cultures have used some type of martial art training to help in physical fitness as well as being able to help build the immune system. Also, if you're getting your mind off of the tragedies that's going on and focusing on your martial art training, it's going to help with your mental health. It's going to help you resist boredom, and it's going to help you resist depression that comes with being locked inside for multiple days. And, you know, of course, if you're training in martial arts right now, if you haven't been practicing, you're going to forget it. So you practice it, maybe you come back to classes, you're going to be ready for your next belt.
And we're going to be looking into the logistics of starting an online class, but for now what we want to talk to you guys about is how to practice at home without us. So we want to talk about what to practice as well as how to practice that.
Hey Jeremy, have you noticed we're still in our pajamas?
Oh, we are.
Should we make this a little bit more formal?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, let's give this a shot.
All right.
Wonder Twin powers activate!
Hey guys, welcome to our dojo at the Eagle Point Grange. First thing we want to talk to you about is what you should be practicing while you're at home. So first thing, at the beginning of every workout, you should always do a warm-up. You want to get the body ready to exercise. You think about taking a stick of bubble gum right out of the wrapper, put it in your mouth, and try to blow a bubble without chewing it. You're going to end up with a big old bubble gum mess on the floor, right? You got to get it chewed nice and soft, and then you can blow as big of a bubble as you need. And then your warm-up itself can be the workout. And if we look at the tiger, first thing it does in the morning, it gives that good stretch, and then it's good to go all day. It doesn't have to stop that antelope and say, hey, can we stretch before I chase you? So with our warm-up, we'll usually start by getting the heart going. Most common way you're going to see people getting the heart going in the martial arts is jumping jacks. Jumping jacks are a really good way to get all the muscles involved in an exercise. We generally have our class do 50 to 100 jumping jacks. And then also you can do running. Go out the front door, run a lap around the block. Maybe run a race. Hey, races are fun, and if it's fun, you're going to look forward to the workout. And then while your heart's going after all that running, all those jumping jacks, now's a good time to do your strength training. So you're going to do all your push-ups and your sit-ups, the ones that we do every class. Just want to remember you won't have good blocks and punches if you got weak noodle arms. And then we wrap up our warm-ups with stretching. If you're just working punches or you're swinging the weapon, maybe all you're doing is you're stretching out your arms. Maybe you're going to be doing a kicking workout, so get the legs stretched out. But it's like he mentioned with the tiger. The tiger stretches every day. So every day you should do a light stretch as well. And then pick 2, maybe 3 days out of the week. Do a good heavy stretch so you can increase your flexibility. So once you're done with your warm-up, it's time to decide what techniques you're going to work on. Most schools, you have a syllabus of techniques that you need to learn to get from white belt all the way up to black belt. We provide ours to our students through our website, dojo2u.com. So when you have that, you want to look at your current belt. You want to decide what techniques do I already know. You want to make sure you practice those. But then also, what techniques do I still need to learn? And if your syllabus is good, you should be able to learn the techniques right from that. But besides your current belt, you want to make sure you go back and always practice the techniques of your previous belts. At our school, every time you test, you're tested on all of your current knowledge. So it is helpful if you have a partner, they can hold a target for you, or they can be there for your self-defenses, but you don't need one. You can always do your techniques in the air, or you can do shadow boxing. You put on a bright light behind you, you cast your shadow on a wall, and you can use that shadow as your target for practicing your punches and your kicks. One of the techniques you want to make sure you practice is your forms. Most popular martial arts have forms that go along with them.
And if it is popular, you're probably going to find a video for it on YouTube. YouTube's a very valuable tool that we didn't have back when we were kids. It can be hard to learn from a video, but if you already know the form and you just need a refresher, video's a really good way to take care of that. If you are trying to work ahead though, be patient. If you don't give up, you can learn from watching a video. You also want to make sure you video yourself. If you video yourself, you can then look back later. What did I look like? What was the video I was watching? What's the difference between the two? And that can help you correct your technique.
Then besides your forms, you have all your ballistics you can practice. Your kicking, your punching, your blocking. And you want to start slow. Remember, you always want to have good technique, and then you build up to faster punches, but sometimes you get going so fast, your technique gets sloppy. So you just slow it back down again. Make sure you have good technique. You want to be practicing it that way. If you have somebody to hold a target for you, that's great. If that can really help you with your accuracy. Bruce Lee made his own target. He had a couch that was falling apart. He had one good cushion, so he took the stuffing from the other two, put it all together, sewed some straps on the side, and there was his target. So, bang. Right? Right? We got a lot of techniques we can train just using that pillow.
And then you also have your self-defenses. In our school, we have combined Taekwondo and Hapkido. Hapkido being mainly a self-defense oriented art. There are videos online. You'll find all kinds of them on various self-defenses. Just so happens that in our system, there's already a school that's recorded all of the techniques. Now, we've changed some of the techniques around. We've changed the order. We've added some stuff to it. But those videos are going to give you the idea of the proper way to use the technique. Now, if you're practicing with a partner, I just have to warn you, you got to make sure you go slow. You don't want to hurt your partner. But if you don't have a partner, you can go back to our old friend, the couch cushion here. I throw it on the floor, and it can represent the space that my opponent would be taking up. Most of your self-defenses are oriented around footwork anyway. So now it allows me to get my footwork and my orientation with my partner. And then that way I can still practice and not have to worry about hurting anybody.
So at the end of your workout, you want to make sure that you end with a good cool down. Light stretch, especially if you're doing a bunch of kicking. You could go on a walk around the room, try jogging in place. Another good thing, especially if it was a hard workout, it's going to let off some steam so you can play a game.
Yeah, we play a lot of games at Rising Phoenix Martial Arts. It's a good way to get training in. You want to make sure that the game that you pick is associated with whatever techniques you are working on. For instance, if you're doing some punching and kicking, grab a ball, play wall ball. You can even play wall ball by yourself. Another popular game at our school is dodgeball. We have a bunch of different versions of dodgeball. If you don't have somebody to play dodgeball with, take your ball, stand in front of a wall or a garage door, throw the ball, and then just dodge the bounce back. That's a good way you can play dodgeball by yourself. So I'm going to show you how we play wall ball. We play it a little bit different than regular. We play karate wall ball. It's a lot easier because everything's legal in karate. You don't have to worry about bullets and crackies and how many times it bounces. For us, there's really only two ways to get out. One is if you miss the wall. You miss the wall, obviously you're out. The other way that we get you out is if you turn your back to the wall, because you never want to turn your back to your opponent. This can be a really good game to practice your hand and foot coordination, and you can even play it by yourself. I'm going to demonstrate that right now. So another popular game is dodgeball. We've got a bunch of different varieties of dodgeball. The one I'm going to be working on today is what we call wall dodgeball. We line up all of our opponents along the wall. One person gets the ball. If you get hit by the ball, you're out. If you catch the ball, you're the ball thrower. The rules are as easy as that. If you don't have anybody to play with, you can still use the wall to play dodgeball. You're just going to throw the ball as hard as you can. When it hits, you're going to try to dodge the bounce back. This is what that would look like.
So now that we're done talking about what to practice, we want to talk about how to practice. So you want to structure your training. You think about a normal day. If you're at school or if you're at work, what time did you normally practice? I know at Kids Unlimited, every day 3 o'clock came around, we're there teaching classes. And so you're at home, 3 o'clock rolls around, maybe that's a good time to start your practice. And then you might even schedule your training. Like say Monday, you decide, I'm gonna practice all my forms. You start with your current form and then you work backwards all the way to white belt. Then you might decide, well, Tuesday, I can practice all of my striking, practice all your punches and kicks from this belt, and again, work your way backwards. You might decide, oh, Wednesday, that's gonna be my self-defense day. Go through all of your self-defenses, not just the ones at your current belt rank. And then you might decide, oh, Thursday is going to be a good day to practice weapons. Break out your weapons, work that into your class structure. Fridays, we usually say Fridays as a game day, so maybe you pick Friday too. You take all your karate-oriented games and you play them and just have fun. When you're doing your practice, don't forget your class structure. Every time before we start class, we bow in. And that's you getting into your karate brain. You're changing the mode of your thoughts right now. You're going to do your warm-up, do your training, do your cool-down, and when you're all done, bow out too. Do your warrior's pledge. Remember, this is teaching us the character that we need to be a good warrior. And then remember, guys, there's no excuse. You can practice anywhere. Just move the table, practice in your living room. Get the car out of the garage, use that to practice. It's going to be beautiful weather, get out in your yard and enjoy the weather. One of our favorite things, we like to hike up to the top of a mountain and practice. We'll even strap a sword to our backpack and we'll haul those swords all the way up to the top of the mountain to get some practice in.
People think we're pirates.
They do. They mention that all the time. The thing is, get out there, have fun, and get your training done.
So the subject of today, practice. I know sometimes that's a bad word. You guys have probably all heard the phrase, practice makes perfect. We don't really believe that. In fact, Vince Lombardi, he was one of the coaches for the Green Bay Packers back in the 1960s. He said it best when he said that practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect. So use the tools you have available to you. Go onto our website, dojo2u.com. Go to the styles page. Download that handbook. It's got all the information you need in there. Use YouTube, a very valuable tool that you can use pretty much any form or self-defense technique you're going to find on there. It'll help you remember what you might be forgetting. And then if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a line, taichitwins@hotmail.com. I'll answer any question that you have for me, free of charge. And then, of course, we're hoping pretty soon we'll have some online courses going that you can just follow along with at home.
And to all of our students, just remember the warrior spirit lives in every human. We will make it through this. Bruce Lee even said, we have this on our t-shirts, defeat is a state of mind. No one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as reality.
And that's the truth right there. Right now, our perseverance as humanity is being tested. And through that test, we're going to build this indomitable spirit. That's one of the main qualities that we have in our martial art. We miss you guys. We're thinking about you all the time. We're praying for you. We're praying for your families. Train hard. We're going to make it through this. When we get back, who knows? Maybe you'll be ready to test if you've been training hard enough. We hope to see you again soon.
And remember, playing is training.
So I'm going to show you how you would use the syllabus to help your kid with training. Just so that you can see, I've got the syllabus pulled up here on 4-directional punch. What I'm going to do is just read step by step through 4-directional punch, and he's going to follow my directions. Let's give it a shot. 1. Step right foot forward into walking stance. Forward punch, ki-ai.
Yeah.
2. Turn left 90 degrees, walking stance, left low block. Step right foot forward into walking stance, forward punch. 3. Turn left 90 degrees into a walking stance, left low block. Step forward right foot, walking stance, forward punch. Turn left 90 degrees, walking stance, left low block. Step right foot forward into walking stance, forward punch. After a short pause, come back to ready stance facing the front. Repeat the opposite way.
Yeah.